It's like there's another 200 pounds on the front axle of this car. Clang! Totaled. So the truth is you cannot make money racing. You just can't do it. I mean, if you want to make $1 million in Formula One, you got to bring $100 million to start with. Everybody thinks they're going to make money racing. Nobody can do it. And guys call us up all the time and they say, what is your prize money? And I'm like, this is the wrong guy. This guy should not be at 24 Hours Limits for a million reasons. The guy who calls you up and he wants to know about prize money, he's the guy who's going to have a tire iron and he's chasing you around in the parking lot and he's like, you're taking the food out of my baby's mouths by making me not win. And my view has always been, look, dude, you're the one who bought a 73 Nova and paid $6,000 for Hoosiers. Like, this is not my fault. The fact that you're spending money to race is not my fault. So our prize is $400 in nickels. We just want to make it real clear there's no illusion here. Nobody makes money racing, right? So there is one exception. There is one exception. There is one team in Lemons that has made money racing. And here's what they did. They're called the Casual Racing Society. It's a bunch of guys out of California. Now, they were running a Honda and they were running a Volkswagen, and they decided about 10 years ago, we need something. We need a real sports car. Like, we need a real racing GT. We need to up our game. And they decided the answer was a 72 Capri. So one of their guys, David Link, he goes to an estate sale, and there's this Capri, and it's under washing machines. It's at the back of this garage. It hasn't moved for 30 years, right? And it's got clothes on it and old files, and it's filthy and it's a mess. And the woman who's running the estate sale, it was her father's house, and he died, and she had to fly out, and she's really emotional. And this was Dad's car, and it's in it ran when perfect condition, and it's a classic, and I really want someone to restore it. Dad loved it, and it's really important. And David says, well, what does that mean? And she goes, I think this is a $5,000 car. And David says, well, I'm sorry, I got to tell you, like, the most I can spend for Lemons is $500. In addition to which, we're going to make it into a race car. We're going to strip this thing out and we're going to beat the living hell out of it. And she says, can you pick it up today? So David's like, now I got a Capri. So they haul the thing out. They clean it up. It's actually a really good car. It's straight. There's no rust. It's even got a title. It's been P&O for 30 years. So they get it registered. They say, this thing's too good. They put it on Craigslist. They make $2,000. So they are now $1,500 ahead on racing. Nobody else is ahead on racing. Now, they didn't quit when they were ahead. They had better ideas. They took their $1,500 profit. They bought another Capri. This time it's a V6 with an automatic transmission off of Craigslist. Also $500. Barely runs, rust everywhere. Terrible car, but they're going to fix that, right? They get a 4-speed out of the junkyard, $50. They install it. They do a conversion into this race car. Now the thing's great. They get it all put together. They turn it on. Car immediately does a burnout in their garage, drives through the back wall of the shop because they did not install the clutch right. They had to get that all figured out. They take the car to a race. By the way, these guys, they have the greatest theme ever. Their first theme is called Dungeons and Dragsters, and it's sort of a D&D meets road racing combination. They've got 10-sided fuzzy dice on the car. They run this car 3 or 4 times with a bunch of great themes. They were Mad Maxeltov later, which was a post-apocalyptic Australian Hasidim theme. Really great stuff. But eventually they get greedy, and they've still got, $1,000 left that they're ahead financially on this deal. So they say, well, we're going to take this $1,000 and we're going to make this thing into a 302 V8 Capri. We're going to dominate. This is magical thinking that all Lemons teams engage in. So they go to the junkyard, $100. They pull out some nasty old carbureted 302. They put it in the car, and the thing actually works. They take it to a Sonoma race, and the thing's running pretty great. And another one of their drivers, Craig Sarachine, he's in it. Saturday afternoon, car's running okay. It's about mid-pack. Now, we run short 11 at Sonoma, so he comes in, and it's a real slow hairpin, and he gets on it, coming out, and that leads on to the front straight at Sonoma. The front straight at Sonoma, it's got a little kink. You don't even notice it, but it's a little kink, under start finish, and then you go up the hill, and away you go. Well, Craig has got some guy on the left of him and some guy on a hearse or something on the right of him, and he's just, I'm going to take these fools. I got a 302, man. And he gets on, and he forgets that there's a kink just a little bit up. And he says, well, that's okay, because this is a Capri. This is a lightweight car. And he turns the wheel and he goes, It's like there's another 200 pounds on the front axle of this car. Clang! Totaled. Totally destroys the car. Craig walks away. Well, that's the good news. Well, the bad news is, though, now they've lost their profit, right? I mean, they were ahead in racing. They're not ahead in racing. So they say, okay, we're just going to go find another Capri. And there was this one other team, and they had a Capri too. They ran it once. It was this hammered thing. It had these flared fenders on it. It was a right-hand drive car. Nobody really knew what the story was. They said, that was a good-looking Capri. We're going to go find those guys. They never came back. We're just going to see if they want to sell us their Capri. So they go, and they get that Capri for $500. All right, now they're negative 500. Like everyone else in the world who thought they could make money racing, they're now in the hole. But they go, and they find this car. And it's just beat to hell. But they pull it out, and they have to put a new cage in it. So now they're $2,500 in the hole. It's getting worse. They start building it, and one of the guys on the team notices there's a second VIN plate on this Capri. There's a normal VIN. And then the other one has a couple other numbers, and it says special on the bottom. And the guy says, I wonder if special means special. What does that possibly mean? So he starts doing a little research, and he gets contacted by this Brit. And the Brit says, I think what you've got there might be a Capri RS. Homologation special, that is. He's like, I don't know what the hell does that mean? He goes, I'll tell you what, mate. You go to the offside shot tower front and look for a stamping. It's like, first of all, what's an offside shot? Who knows what that is? But they figure that out. They go to that shock tower, and the car is so hammered. It's just totally it's like new plates have been scabbed all over this thing. There's no nothing there. And they, what are we going to do? Take a cutoff wheel, and they cut off some of these patches. And sure enough, there's this stamping right there. So the car, it turns out it's an RS 3100 Capri. I don't know. I mean, who knows what this is? They don't know what this is. But apparently it's something special. It's this 1 in 250 homologation special. The Brits love them. The Australians love them. They say, all right, maybe we can sell it. We can get back into we can get ahead on this deal. So they put it on Bring a Trailer. Now, Bring a Trailer refuses to have Lemmons cars, and I don't blame them, because Bring a Trailer is about nice stuff and Lemmons is about terrible stuff. But they look at this thing and they go, wow, that's an RS 3100. We'll take that. They put it on $11,000. They are now, whatever that is, $8,000 ahead, and I think they should quit while they are ahead, and they should walk away. But no, they have decided they're going to buy a Maverick. Now, in Lemmons rules, you can only spend $500 on the car itself. But if it's got extra equipment on it that you can then sell, you get to get all the way back down to zero. So if you spend $3,000, but you can sell $4,000 worth of stuff off of the car and convince us it really happened, that's a car worth $0. It's a brilliant little scheme. However, there's two exceptions on the $500 piece. Safety equipment, which we define pretty broadly. It's wheels and it's brakes and it's anything that will make the driver more comfortable. And then the other exception is if you get that car to the track and something blows up, we just want guys to get wheel-to-wheel time. You know, we are not going to come bust your chops. If you blow your engine up, we want you to drive out in the middle of the night in a snowstorm, find another engine and put it in the car. We don't care. We're not going to mind. Now, the trick is you can make money on a car, but that doesn't roll over to the next car. Each car is its own little individual unit. So these guys, they still need to find a $500 Maverick. Shouldn't be very hard. But now they've got $8,000 to spend on, I don't know, a 1967 Mini Winnie, fantastic gold lame driving suits. I mean, the sky's the limit, right? They can be at the Ritz-Carlton commuting from San Francisco to Sonoma every night. These guys they're in clover. So the way I look at it, you got Mad Maxeltov upgrading from a Capri now to a Maverick. They've already proven that they actually can't handle a front-engine V8 car. I just can't see how this could go wrong.
Great deals on your dream cars don't find you, you have to search for them, and the best way to do that is with Autotempest.com. Autotempest allows you to search all the main listing sites nationally and uncover those deals you never thought you'd stumble upon. So check out Autotempest.com today and see where your next dream car is hiding.